Hey guys, welcome back to another Tots episode. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to come out in a couple of weeks from the time of this video, so I might as well save my piece with Generation 7, the things I'd like and dislike about Generation 7. So, I said this before, that Gen 7 is going to be my least favorite generation because I didn't become invested in it that much compared to other generations. And there are some things that were removed in Gen 7 that I really liked in the generations. But there's some things that they've added, or at least expanded on, that I really liked. So, even though, yes, I don't like it, but there's something I do like about Gen 7, so let's go talk about it. So, I'm not going to talk about the characters, I'm not going to talk about the story or the difficulty, and there are other things why I'm not going to talk about, but there are some things that I will talk about, such as like very minor things that are I some didn't like, minor things I do like about it. And also, I'm also going to include Pokemon Let's Go from this because there are some things from Let's Go that I really do like and something I really don't like. So let's get right down to it. Now, the how this will work is similar to how I do with a guest. So things I don't like first, something I do like, then something I don't like and I do like, and we'll finish out something a high note. Let's do this. Go. So, my fifth least favorite thing about Generation 7 are the Battle Royales. I think they're just kind of unnecessary and incomplete. Because whenever, like, the Battle Royale part of Alola came up, and it just kind of ended without feeling anything, I feel like something is wrong. Something is missing out of that. Like, maybe an actual winner. Because the mechanics of Battle Royale is just kind of dumb. Because what happens is, yes, Battle Royales are something that's kind of popular within, like, people who just, like, do silly, casual, semi-competitive teams based around a 4-player free-for-all. But how it didn't end up pretty well. Like, how to win is you have to get rid of any one trainer's Pokemon. If one trainer loses all their Pokemon, the whole thing's over. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like something is wrong with that. Shouldn't it be like the anime where it just went the winner determined by if the last player has any Pokemon, like normal battles? I just feel like Battle Royales are just incomplete. There's something wrong with it. And if the anime can make it better, then I don't know about you guys, but this Battle Royale is just not worth it. I don't know what's less worth it. Battle Royales or the Pokemon musicals. Look at the musicals, you can completely avoid it. But not with Battle Royale. Just you have to know how bad it is, because that's how the story goes. Something I do like about Generation 7 is like how in Let's Go, instead of having, wild encounters, random encounters, the wild Pokemon spawn. I feel like that's actually a really good addition. And I think with Sword and Shield, they're doing the same thing, but also adding in the random encounters. So for people who don't like random encounters, can actually see the Pokemon sometimes. And you can just battle with them, and if who don't care about that, they just go back to the random encounters. So I kind of like how Sword and Shield is doing that, with having a blend of spawning Pokemon and random encounters. But that's because Let's Go's wild Pokemon spawns actually pretty dang good, so I really like that mechanic. Now, something I kind of forgot even existed in Alola is hyper training. You would think that something that could help with competitive, like hyper training, would be, I don't know, something good, but it ended up something like super forgettable. Like, I forgot it even existed until I was, making this video. And how it works is like if you have like a bottle cap you can ask someone in Howley City to I guess like inflate or artificially inflate a Pokemon's stats to 31 IVs, but still have no effect on hidden power. Like in idea, it's pretty good. However, I forgot how to even get bottle caps. Even the thing, like I want to get like gold bottle caps so I can make competitive work, but it comes so rarely, and I forgot of their existence that it just isn't worth it. Honestly, they should just have like all the Pokemon IVs go to 31 as is, like naturally when going online. They just let it be 31 IVs online all the time instead of having to breed so much to get the perfect IV Pokemon. Just have perfect IVs like regardless. Have it online. Have it all the time. So it's not like it's going to affect the Pokemon at all. So honestly, Hyper Training's worthless. Really, it's just forgettable and worthless. Another good thing I really like about Let's Go specifically, it's its box, where you could just you could be anywhere, and you can withdraw and deposit Pokemon without having to go to a Pokemon Center. I found that's actually kind of helpful. Granted, I didn't use it that much on my playthrough of Let's Go Eevee, but I feel like for other Pokemon games, especially if you want to use as much Pokemon as possible, like what I'm thinking about doing for Sword and Shield, having quick and easy access to the box is kind of awesome. And I kind of like how the restriction in the box is that when a Pokemon is KO'd and put in the box, it stays KO'd until it goes to the Pokemon Center. I feel like that's a really good trade-off for this powerful mechanic of just having easy access to any Pokemon. That being said, unfortunately, the EXP share is still permanently on for Sword and Shield, from what I've heard. Even if you don't want it on. But I guess it's another layover from Let's Go, I guess. But that's a good reason to have the box as is, so that hey, if we get so many Pokemon EXP, just put it in and out of the box, I guess. Okay. This one I have to give a bit more of an explanation. So this one actually bothers me. Like, I guess when it comes to like the world, this bothers me. The QR scanner and the island scan. Specifically more the island scan, why this kind of bothers me. Okay, so let me get this straight, right? So Alola has a really huge Pokedex, right? So, and you can find Pokemon using Island Scan, Pokemon that are not native to the Alola region. How? Here's the thing. It feels kind of strange. You do the QR scanner. You scan any QR codes of any Pokemon, whatever, and then you can scan the island for Pokemon not native to the region. But wouldn't that by default make it native to the region? Because it doesn't. If I remember right, the game doesn't really explain how the Pokemon, let's say a Totodile, got there. Like how Totodile got to the location. Or I mean, you can tell it swam there. But what about other Pokemon that makes no sense of why it's there? Like that one route before the Battle Royale place. I forgot its name. You can find the Ralts. Like, how do the Ralts get there? The thing is, it doesn't really explain it, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense if they make it native to that region, because you find them in the wild in that region, just using a scanning mechanic. I just find that strange. I just find that really strange that people not figure out that there are some hidden Pokemon. They're pretty rare, but pretty hidden there, or kind of like an explanation that someone probably released a bunch of that Pokemon, I don't know, wow, that specific day in that specific location, and hey, you can find it now. The game doesn't really explain why Island Scan works as part of the region. It's kind of weird. Like, you'd think that would make more sense if it's like a post-game thing. If it's a post-game thing, then sure. I accept it, but it's not post game. You could find a waltz early, well, not really early, but like midway into Kala Island. I just find that kind of weird. Like you could just do that. You just probably in a way get a team of Pokemon that are not native to Alola in the Alola game. So I just find that odd. But something I find that's not odd, something kind of cool, it makes sense with the region. Well, not even sense with the region, but whatever. Are the evil teams, Team Skull and Aether Foundation. And while we're at that, let's put Rainbow Rocket in there. Okay, first of all, Team Skull are awesome. They're not my favorite team, though they're pretty dang close. I think it's like after Team Plasma, maybe Team Aqua, it'd be like they're probably Team Skull. Dude, those guys are awesome. Like, they're a bunch of idiots. They're a bunch of, you know, island challenge rejects, which kind of makes sense though, like why they're kind of idiots. And like they're like their main admin Plumeria, she's like the good serious one. She's a good character. And then there's your boy Guzma, who is, well, your boy Guzma. Dude, I still remember like in Ultra Moon, Guzma's one of the only two characters that actually legit beat me in battle. This dude is like amazing. And of course they have a foundation, like be the real evil team. Even though, yeah, nobody, like some of the characters aren't even aware they're the evil team. Mostly because of Lucamine. Granted, Lucamine is like, okay, I'll say this right now. If I were to make a Pokemon waifu list, which I probably will anyway, I'm gonna say right now, Lucamine's going to, unless Sword and Shield changes this, she is like number 2. She's literally like surpassed Fennel as my second Pokemon waifu. You know, after top waifu. But I just really like Lucamine. Yeah, she's like kind of crazy, but that's what I love about her. However, in Ultra, I really don't like Lucamine. I think they messed up Lucamine in Ultra. Cause like, if you're going to go to the route of like, you know, being like a savior or something, why still act like exactly the way you do until, you know, the actual changes happen? That's why I can't talk about the story as either a good selling point or not, because like for Ultra, it's just the same as Sun and Moon, only slight tweaks, very slight tweaks. That they wanted to change the story, but they didn't really change the story enough to reflect it. So, why have Lucamine fight you with the exact same motivation if the story is going to be completely different? Why can't it just be why can't it just be the anime? I've heard the anime, she still does that neat Lego like fusion thing or possession or whatever. I've heard, but I don't see the Sun and Moon anime, so I don't know. But I have seen pages in Bulbapedia that she still does that. But for the most part, she's super nice. I may be wrong, because I don't watch Sun and Moon anime, but from the clips I've seen, she's super nice. So why can't there just be that? Plus, her being super nice means she's a lot more of a waifu, and which is actually contested with Sabrina, which is a bad thing for Sabrina. But, just saying. And, but with Lucamine not being as good, what replaced her as the evil team is freaking Rainbow Rocket. And holy crap, Rainbow Rocket. Okay, I want to talk about Rainbow Rocket in the later spot, because like number 2, this spot is related to Rainbow Rocket. But I like the idea of Rainbow Rocket. It's super interesting. But I'll get to it in number 2 of the good part, of the good side of Generation 7. Okay. One last thing, but let's go before, you know, rest taking over by Lola. The freaking catching mechanic sucks. It just does. Really, motion controls, you throw a freaking Pokeball like Pokemon Go, only at least marginally better. And even then, it's just sometimes the Pokemon runs away or does some sort of weird action that'll interrupt your throw. And I don't know, but just like having to replace wild Pokemon battles sucks. It just does. I mean, granted, some good things come out of the catch mechanic, like the catch combos. That's cool, sure. But it's not a huge price to pay for the lack of, well, Pokemon battles. I mean, yes, everyone gets EXP for throwing Pokeballs, but that makes Pokeballs a bit more valuable than most other items. You know, like, you barely need other items except Pokeballs, which is, I don't know, maybe they should have probably, like, reduced the price of Pokeballs to accommodate for all of it, but I don't really know or care. The catch mechanics stuff that good. It's not. And sometimes, like, you want to throw one way, but ends up another way. That's just like motion controls in a nutshell. I just do not a big fan of it, like, at all. Anyway, back to Rainbow Rocket, or in this case, Cameos. Okay, how are we supposed to know once I, beat Kiawe and go through the next route, I freaking see Colress of all characters? Like, when did he come up? I was thinking the entire time, wait, if Colress is here, does that make him like part of Aether Foundation the entire time? Because, Wick is mostly associated with like red and pink, and then Faba with green or kind of lime green, and like Colress is blue. That would make so much sense if Colress, like, after being Team Plaza for a while and that disbanding, he'll just move on to Aether Foundation. And considering that he's more scientifically oriented, it would make so much sense. But it didn't happen. And I'm like, okay. I mean, he's actually not part of Aether Foundation. It's fine. He's here. It's all that matters. He's cool. I like him. Too bad Ed's not in it, but hey, he's here. And then you got Rainbow Rocket. I forgot any of the cameras are the bad. Sorry, but there are some other really good stuff. Like, again, with Rainbow Rocket, with the main villains of Team Rocket, of Magma, of Aqua, of Plasma, of Galactic, and of Flare, not in that order. But I kind of like the fact that the whole premise is that Giovanni got access to wormholes and picked up, the bosses from respective worlds that they have succeeded in, and how their demeanor has changed since actually winning. Because actually, and also when we think about it, for Cyrus, like, he already won. He already got his like universe where no emotions are a thing, and then there's Flare. Of course, succeeding in whatever it is they're doing with Annihilation or everything. But, and him giving you the choice, press this or that, it doesn't really matter, really. And then this freaking Getsis. Oh my goodness, this dude. Frick Gexus, okay? Frick this guy. It's like, he's already, like, probably the least likable main villain. He kind of already still is. But, like, this game proves to you why he's the least likable villain. I mean, of course, like, each of the respective theme songs are there, and for some reason, Maxine and Archie aren't in their Oras forms, but that's fine. Mostly fine. The theme songs suck, but it's fine that they're not their Oras interpretation. Kind of like it more if they're Oras interpretations. And then freaking the Rainbow Rocket theme is super cool. I mean, granted, the Team Rocket theme in Gen 2 already pretty cool. Like, one of the best parts of Gen 2. And Giovanni has his own theme song. That's sick. And then freaking, speaking of what's about Colress, freaking Colress saves the day. Dude, I like Colress already, and what he like did to like stop with Rainbow Rocket is one other reason why I like him. This dude used his science and used his tech knowledge to actually work for you instead of whatever, does nothing really. So that's really sick. Good job, Colress. You're freaking awesome. And of course, there's like Red and Blue, which show up at the end of Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. Awesome. It's nice to see them grown up. Unfortunately, Wally has not grown up, which makes no sense. So if Wally's in his Oras interpretation, why do I need to grow up? And Oras is supposed to take place at the same time as Gen 1, and why didn't he grow up? And I don't really know. Forget it. Whatever. some of the cool cameos, like maybe Annabelle. Like, I didn't expect to see Annabelle at all. I mean, look where I expected because he's in everything now. But yeah, Annabelle, well, it's super cool. The cameo's super cool. But before I get to my favorite thing about Gen 7, let's go to my least favorite thing about Gen 7. Okay, it's a surprise to absolutely freaking no one is Festival Plaza. That thing is like I wouldn't say lag fest, but like it does lag the time between you wanting to go online and actually going online. And why even replace the PSS? The PSS is great as is. All you do is just press a button and go online, and then you'll do everything you need to do to get ready for battle, and then battle. But nah, if you want to actually go to battle, you have to like go to the pause menu, go to the Festival Plaza, and if you haven't been to the Festival Plaza before, you gotta wait a few minutes, maybe not, I don't know, maybe 3 or 5 minutes or so. You know, wait for Sophocles to stop talking and start doing the freaking tutorial, and then eventually you'll have access to online. So man, Festival Plaza, I want to go online, but Festival Plaza is in the way. And Festival Plaza, I know it's like, I think I remember right, Festival Plaza is optional. You don't have to go there if you don't want to go online, but it's super annoying. It's in the way. It's in the way, really. It feels like Join Avenue, where if you come across it as part of the story, and that stuff happens in Join Avenue, but once you get out of Join Avenue, you can just completely ignore it for the rest of the game. But for Festival Plaza, it's always there if you want to go online. It's not helpful. It's really not helpful. I don't know what were they thinking with in the indie words innovating there this S load of F. But something good that come out of Gen 7, part of my favorite thing coming out of Gen 7, something's actually helpful for the series. Regional variants. Dude, freaking Alolan Pokemon. Like, that idea is great. I mean, granted, it's only been on Gen 1 Pokemon, and once we get to Sword and Shield, I haven't seen any leaks yet, but Galarian Zigzagoon looks pretty cool. I don't know anything else at the time of this video. I'll probably look at the leaks later, but yeah, gives you like reasons for like using the same Pokemon, but it's like slightly different. Like for example, with Ninetales, where you go from fire to ice and fairy. Right, and like the game, or if not the game, like some of the other like other types of media will explain why it happens. Like for example, Galarian Weezing is instead of sort of toxic fumes, they take in the toxic fumes and they breathe out clean air from their little top hat pipes. And it makes sense with the region. So that. And plus gives you an excuse to not make new Pokemon instead of just tweaking old Pokemon, make it fit better with the region, and there you go. No real need to have so many brainstorming power thinking of new Pokemon. It gives an excuse for the devs to make less Pokemon than what they really should do. But then they're still making new Pokemon, but then just without needing to think too much about it. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I really like it. And of course, alternate forms, the same idea, but the idea is like, I'm glad that regional variants stick around for Sword and Shield, and you don't always only apply to Gen 1 Pokemon, because honestly, the cancel level is too high, even for a someone's more used to Gen 1 than anything else, than like myself. I'm not gonna say Gen 1er because I'm more of a Gen 2er, but you get the idea. But yeah, these are the things I like about Gen 7. Stuff I don't like about Gen 7. That's pretty much it. So, see you guys later for Sword and Shield. Hopefully, the games will actually be better than Sun and Moon. We'll see. Oh, and next top's like I've already did a poll for that, and it's going to be Fire Emblem waifus. I am not surprised. I should have prepared for that more.